What up, world? This is Erman with our first episode of Awkward Times with Erman because it's about to get awkward.
Yes!
You
Okay.
use 5 words?
So whenever you say one of the words on my list, you have to take a shot, right?
Exactly. And you say shot. These are my 5
Oh
words.
my
If Ronnie says
God.
them, she has to take a shot. Okay.
Sorry, it was very messy. My pen was dying. Okay, you can look now.
Yay. Here we go. Ronnie, thank you so much for that. First off, how's the side of my head? Like, I haven't had a haircut in like 3 months. So when I turn my head like this, does it look ridiculous?
It's a little messy, but I dig it.
Dig it. Okay.
Yeah. I was going to compliment you because we both have this side swept look going on because, yeah,
I love it.
I need to fix mine too.
Also, folks, before we get started, I just want to, some people have asked this. I've had so much fan mail come in. Actually, just 2 people. I've had so much fan mail come in asking why I wear suspenders. Let me be honest with you. It's actually not for fashion. It's for practical purposes. So I have belt rashes when I wear belts. So hence why I've been wearing suspenders in the last year. People have been asking. And so I had to let everybody know. So as fashionable as it is, as cute as it look, is actually for practical purposes.
I thought it was because you had a little booty and so your pants would fall off, like nothing was holding them up.
I got a little junk in my trunk, if you ask
Do
me.
you?
So,
Let's see.
like it's just a little bit, right?
Ooh, hey.
Okay. Anyway, so
Yeah.
fun fact, I know last week we both went on dates, right? And that's last
Yes.
Thursday. So first off, let's go with you. Let's tell your story. What happened? How did it go? Hopefully
Okay,
this
so
person isn't watching.
as I'm sure you know, I have just the worst luck with dating. I have stories upon stories of like these disastrous dates, right? Well, this date, we are now in a relationship.
What? Ronnie?
Yeah.
In a
I
relationship?
know, right?
Headline I would never expect.
I didn't either. Shit came out of absolutely nowhere. The date obviously went really well. There's just like him and I have known each other for I think 18 years.
Okay.
Years or something like that. But we were both married to other people. And now we are not. So yeah. But it went really super well. I can give you a story that did not turn out so well if you'd like.
Ooh, what is your worst LA date story ever?
I think it's everyone's favorite. I talked to this guy. Dick. Oh, I almost choked on that. Okay. I was talking to a male specimen.
Okay.
For a while. And he seemed very respectful, funny, all, was kind of checking the boxes. So we decided to meet up finally. I get to the place, I tell him, I'm in the parking lot. I'm going to smoke a bowl. You can come to my car and then we'll go inside together.
Okay.
So he comes to my car and he was like gonna get in. I didn't mean for him to get into the car, but he was getting in. So I moved my purse from my passenger seat to like the center console. But obviously I'm like kind of looking down. And as he's sliding in, I see that his zipper is down and I'm like, oh, it could be, could be an honest mistake. It happens, right? Well, he's like kind of jittery. And then he tells me, I'm really nervous. You're much hotter in person. So would you mind if I rubbed one out really quick? I was like, get the fuck out of my car. And he's like, you don't have to touch it or nothing. And I'm like, get the fuck out of my car. Sorry, bad words.
Gong. No, okay.
Huh?
Gong. No, okay.
Where is the gong?
I wish I had a gong for any time you said a cuss word.
I know. or like a buzzer. You need to electrocute me every single.
But that's such an LA story, don't you think? Like, well, not just in LA, but like that's just like it's common nowadays.
It really is. It really is. And he was, even after he got out of my car, he was
Yeah.
still begging to rub one out, but just like he wanted me to watch, but he was going to do it outside of the car.
Could you imagine if you put on a camera and just like on camera you started like filming and you're like laughing at him, haha, like
Oh, that would be, that's exactly what I should have
you
done.
should have done, yeah.
Yeah, these, men do things like that very often. I had to walk like 3.5 miles home in the middle of the night one night because some dude took his out, and I was like, it was like this. It was like this, like just my thumb with no nail. Like that was it hard. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? And so he told me to get out, and I had to walk home.
3 miles. Can you okay, so in LA at night, there's like coyotes that come on the streets. Like mountain animals come on.
It was either that or I have to pretend that I'm enjoying.
Exactly. Wow.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Well,
what about you?
Last Thursday, my date didn't happen.
What?
Okay, so but my friend saved me. What happened was I had reservations for Catch LA. And this is for last Thursday. And first up, I wasn't even sure if it was a date or not. I just invited somebody and she's like, yeah, let's go. And so the day before,
hold. Do you remember when I was your backup plan? September 4th, I think it was.
Ooh. Were you my backup plan?
Yeah. And then you didn't even say anything. You were like, oh, what are you doing? Do you want to go out? Because if I can't find a date, then come with me. And I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. Nothing.
Dang, she put my blast. She even remembered the exact date. Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's when it was.
Wow. It was. You're actually absolutely true. It's absolutely true because I actually remember the date. I'm good with dates. And you're absolutely right. It was September 4th. I invited you.
Yeah.
My bad. So last Thursday, I had a reservation for Catch LA. And I invited somebody. She said yes. The day before, she says, I can't come. Whatever it may be. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm still gonna go enjoy the food. I've never been to Catch LA prior to this. And pure coincidence, purest of coincidences ever, right? My friend who I met at one of my events, hey, what are you doing Thursday? Let's go to Catch LA. Like, how coincident of all the places in LA, my friend invited me to a place I already made reservations at. So I go with this friend, just as friends, and she ended up, like, she knew my story. I told her what happened. Like, hey, like someone stood me up. Well, not really stood up. I was canceled on the day before. And this other friend came through and bought me half the menu. So like, I'm like, you know what? I should get canceled on more often. I want to get half the menu all the time.
Look at you, pimping. Didn't I pay when we went out?
Shut up.
The day that I was covered in boob sweat because of you.
It was the end of June. Boob sweat was natural. Well, congratulations on being in a relationship, Ronnie.
Thank you.
I didn't see that happening.
I know, me neither. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I know. Did anyone? I bet you no one. Here's what's kind of sad.
Okay.
I had a few people message me that they thought I was joking.
That's kind of sad.
I know. I mean, I get it. I've been single for like 8 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. Like play on, play it. You know what I mean? I've really been killing it out here, but it's just time. Plus, this one's a good one. I don't want to let him escape from me again.
Again. Okay.
Yeah. We had a short little thing when I first separated from my ex-husband, and then my ex-husband and I ended up getting back together for the kids or whatever, and that turned out to be a total disaster. So this guy and I obviously not entirely went our separate ways because there were outside connections that kept us in the same circle.
Yeah.
But so we were in constant contact. Our families were always together and stuff like that. But that was definitely always a regret. And I didn't really like seeing him with his wife. It would hurt my feelings.
She's like telling us everything, and she's only one shot in. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, some things, who cares?
That's true. Yo,
But you have to remember, I already drank a bottle of Bailey's.
That is true. What are you gonna be for Halloween?
So I have a couple parties. For one, I will be a Hooters girl. And then for another, I'm going to be Rosie from La Bamba because he's going to be Bob. So I have to be Rosie.
Couples.
Yeah.
Matching.
And then when I'm the Hooters girl, I want him to be a hot wing.
Yo, you smart. That's actually really cool.
Right?
Like mild or
no, it has to be.
Part of the spectrum is he going to be on?
He's fire, man.
Fire, like the hottest level.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, like the kind that you're gonna be blowing ass. Wow. Shortly after.
You're funny.
Just honest.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, this is pretty good, but it needs more.
I'm kind of disappointed. You're one shot in. I still have nothing. So hopefully.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about the words.
What if I've been saying the words this whole time and you just haven't been like asking me?
Probably, dude. You have to remember who you're talking to.
That's true. That is true. Oh my gosh.
I think it's because I'm not stoned, so I'm not as focused. Do you know what I mean?
I've never been stoned in my life. I'm a good boy.
Smoking weed is not bad.
It's not bad. I just haven't done it, which is a total lie, by the way. Somebody would comment like, dude, I was there.
I was about to say, wait, have we?
Not me. Not with you. Not with you. No. I think that would be like a whole different experience. I think smoking with you would be like the Ronnie experience.
Oh man. You are lucky I'm not stoned right now.
Why?
Because this would be so much worse. I'm already kind of tipsy.
This would be a different conversation, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ronnie, you just talked about your best date ever and your worst date ever. So I want to know, since we're on this thread about relationships, what has been some of the best advice you've given men in the dating scene? Because I've seen a lot of videos online on YouTube. Not that I need them. All right.
Of course not.
But just out of curiosity, I want to hear what they say. And some of these women, these female gurus, are like negating what the men have said. Right. So
give me an example.
And this is something that people will agree on, and people will agree and disagree, right? So the whole like being a dick on purpose, a lot of these female gurus on YouTube have been like, nah, we don't want that, right? So like stuff like that. What has been your take on some of these relationship advice from the men?
Well,
other men.
I think that, like with anything, I think it's case by case kind of thing. And I think it has a lot to do with where I keep forgetting the fucking word. Okay, so I think that it depends a lot on where the woman is as far as whether she's healed or unhealed.
Okay.
And just how much self-love she has, right? Because I know that I totally hated myself for a long time. And so I would date absolute turds because that's where I was at, you know what I mean? But now when I hear guys say things like, oh, you have to be an asshole or you got to be a tough guy or whatever, I'm like, that is so unattractive to me. That says, and then, they think that it's like an alpha male thing. And let me just say that if you're an alpha, you don't have to say it. And B, are probably not a dick because you're confident enough in yourself and the fact that you're an alpha that you just have that like big dick energy all the time and you don't need to like, yeah, it's like a good man. There's nothing hotter than watching a dude like at the park or playing like catch with his kids.
Ooh.
I'm like,
I should hire kids. I should hire kids to pretend to be my son and daughter at the park. I should be like, yo, pretend to be my children and just play catch with me. And then the women would flock over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
just dripping. There'll be snail trails all around
I'll
you.
write this down.
Yeah.
Pay
If my
kids.
kids were younger, I would totally let you borrow them.
Okay. Pay kids to pretend.
Right. Right.
Damn.
I'm sure you could. Oh, you know what? Here's some genius shit. You, excuse me, could be a babysitter, then take them to the park. Now you're getting paid to go out and get
Thing
numbers.
is, I don't think people want me to be around their babies. Not in a weird way. I don't know how to, like, I can't even carry one right now. Like, how do I?
They're actually pretty durable. I dropped my first one time.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You know, it happens. I was very tired. He didn't sleep like ever. And I was in the rocking chair, just kind of trying to get him to go to sleep. And then I started falling asleep apparently. So
Okay, babysit.
yeah.
That's really smart.
Okay.
Ooh.
So another thing is we really don't want pictures of your wee wee.
How about like, okay, how about pictures at the
If
gym?
we ask for it, like if we're in a relationship, then feel free. But
How about pictures at the gym? You still like, is that so 2001? Like people at the gym, like I mean, mine's hiding under my shirt. You can't really see right now. But like people go to the gym and they have like big muscles like me. Like, is it like okay to display on social media?
not if they're like as sizable as yours are, because I think that can be a little intimidating for some. And then again, it's like it depends on the person. But I think there are a lot of us who don't care to see the gym pictures, because chances are we can tell if you go to the gym. And then for me, like I don't like the gym. I don't work out. And if you're gonna always be watching what you eat and like the gym is so important, it just doesn't sound like a good time.
No gym pics. I gotta circle that.
Yes, yeah.
Cause I just posted one last night.
Or why do guys put snap filters with like bunny ears and shit?
I don't do that. That's ridiculous. I would never.
I don't know.
I would
wouldn't
never.
say you would never.
Like especially with the ones where like the beautiful eyes. It's like what's the
Mhm.
point of that? Like why do you and then you see them beefed up, but then they'll have like the eyelashes and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I would never.
No, that's not. What about you? What are some things you've seen? Dating advice for the ladies.
Dang it, I said ladies. Because that's totally my department.
Right. I mean, you are quite the stud, are you not?
Thank you so much. I haven't heard that in the last 30 minutes.
Since your last little chat in the mirror.
Hey, I like to
You
pump
got
myself
to. You
up
got
every
to
day,
love
okay?
yourself. Huh?
I like to pump myself up every day, okay?
Oh, for sure.
Bad dating advice for women that I've heard. From guys, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't watch that many to tell you.
What do women do that drive men just nuts?
Okay, let me give you an example. So, you know how back in the day they'd be like, "Oh, don't hit them up for 3 days."
Yeah.
For me personally, this is just me, but communication is my number one thing.
Oh, for sure.
So bad communication is such a big turnoff. So like,
who made up these rules? If I haven't heard from your ass in 3 days, you're canceled.
yeah, facts. Like that's just how I am too. So I'll be honest with you. Some people see it as needy. I like to text a girl, you know, I like to hit her up, and they're like, and I think that's part of my downfall too. At least these girls in LA, they like the ones that I've come across, they don't want to hear from me all the time. I don't hit them all the time. I'm not that crazy, but I like to keep up with them.
You're just in the wrong place, sweetheart.
I think I'm a hopeless romantic in the wrong city. Like I'm in LA.
Yeah.
Like
No, it's no bueno out there.
where should I be? An OC? Like what's a better place for me?
Well, I'm IE and it's way better out here. Everyone talks shit because it's the ghetto. But I love it.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm a little ghetto, but like there are a lot of, farmer type men and the construction men and
Can you see me in a
Joey
construction
Yoso.
hat?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Safety vest, the whole nine.
You can
I
see me
got
in that.
them.
Hey, I sure I haven't hit any words yet because I'm still
Wow. Shot, actually. Like
Oh,
the
I think I know
time.
but I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I think I know what the word is. Lord. What
Dude,
time
my
is-
teeth look so light. Is it wrong that I'm excited about it?
What?
Okay. I just remembered because of my picture as a child here. Tell me about your glow up. When did it occur?
Here's a funny story. Anytime somebody adds me on Instagram, I jokingly tell them not to go before 2016.
Oh man, now I need to go.
But it's just a
I need to
joke.
go
But
scroll through.
honestly, man, like I looked terrible in middle school. Like I had those Harry Potter glasses. It's funny when you look back at your pictures from like middle school and high school, you thought you were the shit. But then you're like,
I never did. I never
you
did.
look at yourself like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, what was I wearing? In middle school, I was a fan of the Guy Fieri look.
Oh,
You know, the
the
flame
frosted tips
t-shirts,
and
the
shit.
flame t-shirts, the spiked hair. I thought I looked good. No. I had like 5 flame shirts that I would proudly display in middle school.
But I mean, it was like the times, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I did the whole layering of shirts like in the early 2000s with the frosty shadow and the little butterfly clips and crap, you know, and I did that whole thing.
And then in high school, people started recognizing me more for fashion. Not that I was like a fashionista. Is that even a word? I don't want to offend nobody. Is it a fashionista? Whatever.
I think it's just fashionista.
Whatever. So like I would wear argyle vests and the pop the collar.
I
Like,
had Argyle vests too and socks.
socks, yeah. You get the schoolboy
Yes.
look, right? I would have the schoolboy look going on every now and then. I pull it out maybe 3 times a month because I didn't want to overdo it. But when
Did
I
you
pull
do
it out,
the button-up shirt underneath,
yeah,
like the white one?
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
From
didn't
the
always
Gap.
do it. I didn't always do it, but when I did,
These are too good, man. I'm gonna be wasted shortly,
please
which
do.
is fabulous because cancellation. So
No work. I can't even tell you what work is. But like, so I wore the argyle vest in high school. It caught on. It caught on. And
look at you, little trendsetter.
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be. And then some people would wear it too. I'm like, yo, that was me. I did. Yeah, but my glow up, to be honest with you,
Everyone was
like,
like, "You're
okay,
lying."
so I kid you not, as most of you can imagine, blonde hair isn't my natural hair.
No.
Yeah. In 2018, I went blonde for the first time and also rocked contacts for the first time.
What color?
I don't know, like whatever regular color it is.
Oh, just clear? Oh, I thought you were
Like,
talking about like that scary shit where it's like blue or green and they look
Yo, my DMs
blew up.
blew up. And I'm like, girl, where were you before when I was like geeky with glasses and black hair?
You know, it's just different strokes for different folks. Maybe they needed the contacts and
2018 is my answer.
okay.
3 years ago.
Right, I'm gonna have to go back and look. Mine occurred like after my divorce.
That's because you're back on the scene.
I don't know. Well, there are a lot of reasons for that, but I was just not a cute kid. Can you see that?
I'm dead.
Shot.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I'm just gonna
I remembered. Huh?
I'm gonna accidentally keep saying because you know it's my phrase.
Dude. You think I don't know the things you say?
I kind of expected it to be on your list, but I don't know why I keep saying it.
Have it.
You were adorable. What are you talking about?
No, I was a total dork.
Was it 1980?
That was like 1987. It says right there on the side, 1987.
Okay. I wasn't even thought about then.
I know I'm old. I'm old, man.
Wow. But you don't look old. That's what's amazing. Like, what do you use for your face every night?
Marijuana.
Love it. I use this. I'm just gonna give her a shout out to her. My friend, my social media friend, who I never met in person yet. Her name is Bella. Um, she has these products that I use. It's like I'm not into the whole. I don't know that world. The what do you call it? The cosmetic world.
Mhm.
But she has a business. I'm gonna give her a shout out right now. Let me see what it is. I'll tell you
Yeah, I
what.
don't know anything about cosmetics either. So
Lies.
now, you know what brand I really love is The Ordinary.
Okay.
I just started using like a lot of their products probably about a year or so ago. Because I'm aging and so
What?
it's time to start taking care of things. Uh and it's pretty amazing. It's like $7 to $12 for things that you would pay like $50 to $150 for in a department store.
Copy
So
that.
I'm all about it. But I think the reason I said marijuana is because as I'm sure everyone has figured out, like I'm a stoner and
No way.
I just chill, man.
Okay.
Like there are things that it helps me not care about things that are out of my control.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, shout out to my friend who runs BRG Wellness. I use her creams and stuff like that. But to piggyback off what you said, people are like, "Oh my God, your face looks amazing! Like your skin is so clear." I try to be as stress-free.
Oh yeah.
No baby mama drama.
Makes a huge difference.
Just no.
Oh, I'm loaded with baby mama drama.
But see,
And
but you still look good with the marijuana. So with me, I mean, like I try to stay away from as much drama as possible, and yeah, hopefully you can see it on my face. Like
oh, for sure. We just vibing, man.
I'm glowing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no drama for me.
No, thank you. I am way too cute for that nonsense.
Of course you are.
Except for when I do that, because look at I keep doing it too.
Oh, you did the double chin?
Dude, it's been getting like, do you see that? My profile needs
Oh
some
my gosh.
work.
Okay, so funny. I want to get your opinion on this. So when I shave fully, like I look
Upstairs or downstairs?
upstairs. I look like I'm 12.
Yes,
So
you do.
so I'm trying to keep this growing. So I want to see how far it goes. I haven't shaved in like a month, right? And it's almost no shave in November. But anyway, I've been keeping it growing for a while now because I've never seen how thick and how big my beard and mustache get. But part of it is strategy too, because with this facial hair, it kind of covers up like you can't.
Oh my God, you are so, I should totally let my
Grow out your
beard grow.
Yeah, you should grow out your beard. You can't see it right now. You can't see my double chin.
People are probably going to be like, oh my God, is she a boy? No,
She's not.
no, I'm just Mexican and we are very hairy
Yeah.
people.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it growing. I'm gonna keep it growing because even right now, you just can't see my double chin. I hate
I think I just saw your nips. Is it cold in there?
it is pretty cold, but I'm naturally nippy. Like it's a thing for me. People who know me know that I have naturally pointy nipples. It's a thing. Can I
That's
diagnose it with a doctor? I don't know, but it's a thing that I have. I just pointy
kind
nipples.
of hot.
Thank you. My brother says it's like diamond cutters.
I like it.
You
Hey,
can see diamond
remember when you didn't care that I had a nip slip in that picture and you just released it, remember?
Of course. I tried to sell it to the tabloids, but they didn't want it.
They don't know who I am.
They don't know who you are. I know who you are, Ronnie. That's what matters. Hey, you're kind of like now you're just drinking. You're not even playing the game anymore.
I know. I'm sorry. It's so good. And I'm like chilling. I'm going to start.
Oh my gosh. Now I got to get to some really juicy questions.
Okay, go.
Ask me something. I want to like, I think my Instagram's pretty safe because I have like kids following me and stuff like that. But like, ask me anything within boundaries of don't make it too inappropriate because you're running, but like ask me something that alludes to like something that's really juicy.
All right. So tell me.
Oh, Lord. You're scaring me.
Tell me about the trauma that really defined who you are.
Trauma.
We all have it. We all have at least one thing that was pivotal in us becoming who we are. So let's hear it.
Good question. Okay, wait, no, let me think about my answer while you answer your own question.
Okay. Oh,
She's like,
I don't know if
like,
people
pick
are
one.
ready.
She's like, pick one. Which trauma?
I know. For me, definitely, because there's my childhood was like trauma after trauma after trauma, which, you know what, makes me super proud because like I survived it, you know what I mean? And I'm not like a prostitute, or despite what my baby mama would tell you, I'm not like on drugs, because marijuana isn't a drug, just FYI, it's an herb. There's tons of shit, but I would have to say that my father leaving was it. That was the big one. Because my mom kind of totally lost it. And so I was now responsible for myself and my sister. So, and I was like 7. So yeah, I think that was a biggie.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what they say about girls with daddy issues?
No, but in case, I mean, I was gonna say yes, I do, but for those who don't, explain.
You know, we tend to be just phenomenal.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I want to stop you right there before the, before the thought police and the censors on Instagram.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything bad.
Oh, just phenomenal. ... Just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me.
I'm dead. My truck, dude. Oh, I mean, this is not, okay, this might be so trivial, but I remember like when I was like 5 or 6, I didn't know how to swim, and I almost drowned in my cousin's backyard in her pool. Like I don't want to say like almost drowned, but it was like one of those moments where in my head at 5 or 6, I was like, am I gonna die? Because I'm like, I remember drowning and then like looking up to the sky and seeing the sun shine down. And at the time I was like, yo, am I dying or is it just the sun? And I was just like, kicking and screaming in the deep end. And I remember my cousin like actually jumping in and grabbing me. But like, I think that was the first time that
little Erman, you were probably so cute.
I still am, but I was back then. But no, I that was my first time that I, in my head, conscientious of like what death was, like I said, not to say that it was a near death experience, but in that moment in my head, I'm like, am I dying? So that was like I don't say a turning point really, but like it was like it really kind of changed perspective for me early on about life and death. Oh no, I think I lost her. No, Ronnie, come back. There she is.
Did I get it? Did I get it that time?
I don't know, but Ronnie, I was getting really deep with you.
I know.
All of a sudden you froze. But yeah, that was the first time that I was conscientious about life and death, other than like watching movies where characters die.
Right. I mean, it's totally a different experience when it's, yourself or someone close to you.
Have you ever had a near-death experience?
Yes.
Okay.
I was, God, I don't even remember how old I was, but my daughter was little, so she was born in 2016, so it was around 2016, and it was a medical thing, and I was taken to the emergency room. Dude, baby mama dropped me off. I was literally dying, and he dropped me off and then went home. Anyways,
wow.
I had to have emergency surgery and a blood transfusion, and I stayed in the hospital for a little while, but yeah, that was rough. I was like on the verge of death. And what really scares me is that I don't know if it was that all I saw was black, or I just don't remember much. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, because I know that there's something after this.
Oh yeah.
There has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I'm glad you went this direction because I was going to talk about this stuff next. So
Okay.
I'm glad you brought this up. I truly believe in ghosts. Now I'm Christian, so
I'm pagan.
People have different like opinions on like what ghosts actually are. Hey, I'm no expert, right? But I do believe whatever that is exists. Whatever form people believe it is, whatever. But like, I believe there are entities, right? Have I ever experienced them personally? Yes and no. So I had some creepy things happen to me over the years. So
Let's
I guess
talk about it.
okay. A few small things and then bigger things, right?
Okay.
So when I was like 10, I remember like, so my twin brother and I have a twin, so we shared a room, and I remember changing my clothes, and then on my side of the room, and then on his side he had what do you call those wardrobe, those wardrobe closets, but like not a closet, but like you pull it open and there's clothes.
Like an
Wardrobe,
armoire?
right? Whatever it may, whatever.
Wardrobe or an armoire?
Yeah. So I'm chilling, changing my clothes, and all of a sudden the door to the wardrobe just like creepily opens, like all the way. It wasn't like a crack. It was just like as if something like opened it up.
Was pulling it open.
And I'm 10, and I'm standing there like I wasn't scared. That wasn't my first reaction. I was just like in disbelief. Like I stood there for literally 5 or 10 minutes, just like looking like this actually happened.
Yeah. How did you feel though? Let's talk about your feelings.
My feelings, yeah. So that was the first time something like that happened, and I'll be honest with you. Like I said, it wasn't fear; it was just confusion, and more so like shock that it actually happened. A lot of the scary things I've experienced over the years has been less fear and just more so wow, that actually happened. Another example: twice in the house that I grew up in, I was taking a shower, and the lights went off, and it wasn't like the lights died.
Yeah.
It was physically the light switch went down. So that happened on 2 occasions where I had to step out of the shower and physically turn the light switch back up. And I know that wasn't nobody playing a prank on me, because it was either I was home by myself or the family member that was in the house with me was asleep.
I love it.
Yeah, and there's no way that they could have turn off the switch and then run back into bed and sleep.
Yeah.
Like it all happened in like a matter of seconds. So I'm like, yo, like literally the switch went down. So that freaked me out a little bit. I remember around the time that my grandma passed away, like 2004, we were gathered at my aunt's house. And I think I was the only one that noticed this, but once again, one of the situations where a door that we were in front of just like slowly opened on its own. I didn't say nothing because no one else noticed it. But I'm like, that actually happened. Like I'm watching it happen.
But the fact that you didn't feel fear, I think says volumes about not only yourself, but what was actually going on. Because in my belief system,
okay, go ahead.
Everything is based off of frequency, vibration, and, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So negativity, anything that's negative tends to be on a lower vibration, which is like love is the thing that we all strive for, and that's the highest, to be loved, to exude love, to show love, to be love.
Yeah.
And whenever something is not within, like, how do I explain it? Like your range or whatever, then like let's say you've leveled up and you're closer to being loved, then anything that's beneath that, or you've already passed it up, will make you uncomfortable, and you can feel those sensations. Just like what people always want to talk about vibes without even really knowing what they're talking about. That's exactly what you're talking about, frequency and vibration. And when something is negative and your body feels weird, that's like your fight or flight response. It's your body telling you, like, I need to do something about the situation. So I think that you didn't feel anything because it was probably something that didn't need to be feared.
Right. Yeah. Because I was, it's and it's one thing to just to hear it open, but I'm like physically watching it.
Watching it, yeah.
Oh, by the way, shot.
Shot or chug?
You're actually happy with this. You like getting called.
This is so good. It is so good. And plus, I've been drinking it anyways.
Okay, so another thing is I have experienced sleep paralysis throughout the years.
No way.
So maybe 10 plus years, periodic, right? It's one of the reasons why when I travel alone and I sleep in a hotel, I leave the light on. I'm not gonna lie, but there's been instances throughout the years where I suffer sleep paralysis. A few instances, there's good and bad. There's been a few instances where I wake up in the middle of the night, like I feel like I'm getting shook awake. I look up and it's like a white mist, like hovering over me.
Uh-huh.
And then in a matter of seconds, it's gone. And in those instances, once again, I feel like I there's no fear. It's just more so like shock again, like that happened. Like, oh, that happened. No trepidation whatsoever. And it doesn't feel evil, you know. It's just like being shook awake and then wake up. I see this white mist. Seconds later, it's gone. We're all good. That has happened throughout the years. Now, I will tell you, 3 years ago, almost 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, when I was living in Van Nuys, I was with a few roommates, and this is back in early 2019. In a matter of 10 days apart, for the first time, I experienced a shadow person.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you.
It happened to me twice. So
I see them all the time, dude.
Okay, well, I want to ask you. Okay, I want to hear your stories, but mine is. It happened to me. I wake up. I'm looking up. Sleep paralysis. You can't move, and I'm staring face to face with a black figure. And for those who know about the shadow person, it is literally the outline of a figure in all black, with no form. Like no, you see the form, but you don't see any features. Right? It's just a shape. Right.
But if you're paying attention, like really paying attention, you can tell if it's a masculine or a feminine energy. You can
For me, I believe it was masculine. Okay.
They usually are.
So I experienced this once. Looking up at it, not to get religious on you, but in my head, I pray to Jesus, gone. And I wake up, I get up. I remember it being like 3 or 4 a.m. and I waited until sunrise to go back to sleep. I was like, I'm gonna stay up a little bit and wait for the sun to come up before I went back to bed. Second time, literally 10 days after the situation, right? So my friend from San Diego visits, so I let him sleep on the couch. I'm sleeping on this beanie bag. This is like 5 a.m. when the sun's coming up. So I'm sleeping on this bean bag. It was comfy, whatever. Happens again. I wake up, it's hovering over me. But this time around, it wasn't hovering above me like this. It was like this. Like, like the Spider-Man kiss?
Yeah.
Where Spider-Man kisses Mary Jane upside down. It was it was facing me upside down. And then in my head, once again, I prayed to Jesus, gone, woke up. But it was weird because this situation, it was in the middle of the morning. Like it was broad daylight. It was like 5, 6 a.m. when the sun was already up at the time.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And well, what's crazy, like I said, once again, it wasn't fear. It was just more so that happens. That was the last time, thankfully, that happened to me.
I'm sure it's happened more, like they've been around, but you just maybe haven't.
Yeah. I want to dive into this really quick before I forget, but I want to hear your story. But before we get into that, I have a friend on Instagram who I've never met, but she claims to be psychic. Whether you believe it or not, whatever. But 2 days ago, she messages me out the blue. She says, I can't remember word for word what she says, but she goes, I see a womanly figure around you who's, I believe, from Thailand, like a woman's spirit around you who is, I believe, from Thailand. That's all she said with no context. And I was like, I'm Filipino, so I don't know if it is something, maybe it's Filipino.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, she said that it's around me. So I was like, kind of just soak that in. I didn't ask her any further questions. I just,
You
I just,
did.
I left her,
You
I left
totally
her, I left her
test
unread. I left her unread. Sorry, friend. But maybe I'll ask her later. But that was really weird to me. But yeah, go ahead, tell your story, your shadow person story. But you've seen it multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've been seeing everyone like, okay, so people already think I'm crazy. So here we go.
Shot.
I've been seeing him since I was a kid.
Really quick shot.
Oh, gladly.
Do you know what the word is? You've said it several times, and I don't know if you've caught on.
No.
Okay.
So, like I said, I've been seeing him forever and ever. And I always thought I was crazy, right? Well, I mean, I know I'm crazy, but I always say I'm crazy, but not stupid. And then it wasn't like totally confirmed until I had my first child. And there were always the lights, like little flashing lights around my son. And I would see like a figure standing next to his crib sometimes. And then finally his dad was like, am I fucking crazy or are you seeing shit?
Yeah.
Around Brian. And I was like, oh my God, yes, someone finally is acknowledging this, right? And then as my son got a little older, my ex-mother-in-law would never shave her legs.
Yeah.
Like, well, at least not consistently. So she always had stubble and he would touch her legs and be like, oh, Johnny's. Or if someone had stubble on their face, he would say Johnny's. And I had an uncle, Johnny. And I was like his favorite little thing, but he died when I was very young.
Yeah.
And then I had one of my aunts gave me a picture of all the siblings together. So my mom is one of 13.
Mexicans, man, get busy.
I know, right? There's this one comedian that said that Mexicans are humping their way to the northern border.
I'm dead. Okay.
I mean, we're Latin lovers.
Yeah, I said it.
There's a reason we're called that, you know?
I said I'm dead, so I'm taking a shot.
Yes.
I already know.
You remembered.
I already know.
Okay, so we're looking at this picture, right? And my son points at my Theo Johnny and says, Johnny's. Right? Tell me that shit ain't weird.
Wow.
And so I'm like, see, it's totally real. It is what it is. I've seen, like, I've been driving. I do solo road trips sometimes because I'm a free spirit and I feel caged often because responsibilities and whatever. So I'll do these solo road trips, windows down, music loud, whatever. And I was driving like in the middle of the night and I saw someone sitting behind me.
Oh, Lord.
In the rear view mirror.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and it's always the same feeling. I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
You know?
That is actually one of my biggest fears driving because I watch a lot of paranormal shows. Like, I love that stuff. Have
you seen Ghost Adventures?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Zach, tell me he's not super dramatic. I'm like, how do you get possessed every time?
But, no, I love that stuff. And one of my biggest fears driving, especially at night, is like something appearing in the back seat. Because what can you do? Especially if you're in the middle of nowhere. What can you do? Get out? Like, you're gonna pull over and get out? You have nowhere to go. So you just gotta keep driving.
But see, that's my whole, and I think you and I have the same like mentality, and that's why we don't look old, is because it's like, fuck it. Sorry. It is what it is. We're in the situation we're in.
Yeah.
And like, what are you going to do about it? If there's something that you can do about it, great, do it. If not, then why stress? Why get scared? And something that I always tell my kids is that fear and excitement are the exact same feelings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's all in your perception.
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's a good way to put it. Wow.
Thanks.
I just changed my perspective on life. Right. Yeah. Did you coin that yourself or did you take it from somewhere?
No, actually that's one. I have many sayings. I'm pretty smart for being a dumbass. Just like I tell them all the time, don't be sorry, behave.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So
anyways, back to the paranormal goodness. So let me tell you a story about my grandmother.
Here we go.
She's my idol, by the way. Like, most amazing woman to ever walk the earth. No, she passed away years ago. But it was November. She passed away in January, but it was the November prior. And she, they had to call the ambulance, whatever. She was pronounced, but then they were able to revive her.
Okay.
And when she woke up, she was very upset because she was with my grandfather. So when she woke up and she saw my aunt in the room, she was like, "Why did you do this to me?" I was with him again. That was the love of her life. And so she was pissed. She was like, "I got to see him. I was in his arms," like all this beautiful stuff. And you know what's crazy is that when she passed, I called my cousin who was there with her within 5 minutes of her passing because I felt it, which is super weird. So then she survives for a few months, right? She's alive, not the same, but she ends up passing away on a Tuesday, the exact same day and month, but 50 years after my grandfather's passing. So 50 years to the day, on the same day of the week, she passed away.
Wow.
Isn't that's kind of weird? That's weird timing, dude.
It's weird, but kind of romantic at the same time.
That right there is what keeps me holding on. Like, I know this shit exists. I know that true love, real love, soulmates, I know all that is out there because she had it.
Yeah.
I want it too. I'm a lover, man.
I get it. I love it. Love. You love love.
I love love.
There you go. I posted this picture the other day, not to switch topics, but I posted this picture the other day. This was actually yesterday. It was a picture of me in these suspenders and these like old timey glasses. And I said in my caption said, "Your grandpa scored your grandma with this look."
I saw it. I think I liked it. I'm pretty
I
sure.
love this old school look, like with the
yeah.
what do you call this kind of shirt?
A Henley?
Henley, yeah. Henley suspenders and like old timey glasses. I love that look.
Oh, for sure. There's something definitely that it's a very romantic, nostalgic about the styles of yesteryears or whatever. Like for work, and even going out, I wear pencil skirts, a lot of cigarette pants. I have like a more vintage vibe, even like around my house.
Yeah.
It's super vintage, I guess, because it's the whole romantic type vibe. Because people and things nowadays suck.
If you could go back to a decade, whether it's a time machine or you literally live
60s to 70s.
Oh, dang.
The 60s. Like Mad Men era.
Okay.
That's me. For sure.
For me, if you can take away the wars, it would be like 1930s, 1940s, because that's like classic golden age Hollywood,
Yeah.
The like the suits and the hats, the fedoras, and like just the feeling of like, going out with your like whether it's friend, family, or your partner, right? Like going out to like a dance club and dancing, or going out to like a big band show,
Yeah.
Yeah, and just watching like golden era Hollywood movies. Like I think that would be perfect. Like watching like Gone with the Wind or something,
Yeah.
Casablanca. I would love to take a peek into that period, if I had a time machine.
Do you think that, because there was so much romance and connection, because that's, I think, something that we've lost definitely, is the human connection. Granted, we are connected to everything at all times, but as far as like the human connection, I think that we've really lost that. Do you think that's why both of us feel that we belong in different times? Is because we're both talkers, man. We talk to everybody, like, you know what I mean? We're social butterflies. Like, do you think that's why?
Yeah, heck yeah, man. I would love to be a Great Gatsby type, just have parties all the time, but have that actual human experience.
Right. And it's real because you're not doing it solely for the gram.
Yeah.
You know, you're not pretending that you're having this fun, because people are always like, you know, posting all their shit where they're showing everyone behind them. But like when you're doing that, are you really interacting with anyone? Probably not.
Right. I mean, I do stories all the time, but it's funny. Like you see my weekend stories where like I'm partying at this club on Saturday, and then like hours later, I'm showing up early to church to set up. Do you have to be? I can pause it.
Oh my God, so bad.
All right, here we go. Pause.
Wait.
And we're back with another story by Ronnie.
So one time I was stuck on the freeway and I had to pee so bad, but there was just an accident and I was stuck in the fast lane. We were not moving. I was nowhere near an exit. And so I was like looking around like, how am I going to do this? Right. I had a Marshall's bag in the back seat. Shocker. I'm always at Marshall's. So I emptied it out and I have very dark windows. So I rolled the windows up, pulled my shorts down and hovered over the plastic bag to take a piss in my car.
Wow. Good story. I had situations in third grade. I was like 8 years old and, you know, fully able to run to the bathroom if I wanted to. But for some reason, I was like shy when I was a kid. And so going to the bathroom,
still are, sweetheart.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But when I was in PE, and this is specifically happened in PE most of the time, for some reason, I was just too afraid to ask the gym teacher, can I go to the bathroom? Simple, right?
They made us feel weird about it though, did they not?
Okay, maybe, yeah. But
yeah,
it's a simple question. Mr. So-and-so, can I run to the bathroom? It's right there, literally like 100 feet away. But in third grade, I don't know why, I was anxious to ask the teacher that simple question. So several times, I pissed where it was. And I was caught several times. I had to go to the nurse's office to get a change of clothes. You know, there were a few,
I want to give you a hug.
there were a few times, okay. There are a few instances where we had group activities where we would stand in line with a team and perform activities in PE, right? It'd be like a race, right?
Oh my God, this is gonna be good.
There'd be people behind me in line. Like
Oh my God.
I would see the piss drip down my
Oh. Have you ever shit yourself?
No. We'll get into that in a second. But like I'm staying in line, piss is going down my leg, and people behind me in line, they see it and they're like, and they have to go after me in the race. Like, and some of these races included like sharing these I forgot what they're called, but they're like dollies, right? With wheels, and you would race on them. Like you sit on them and race with your hands. Like imagine a plank of wood, right? With wheels, and then you sit on it and you would push yourself.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So it would be used for like races in PE class. And I remember a few times where like I pissed and then I sit on this thing, and then the person behind me has to use it after me, knowing that I just pissed.
Oh, dude, it's like going down. You remember how the slides were metal? Or were they already plastic? Oh, yeah. Okay, so they were still metal. And then if someone pissed on it, the sun would dry it, and now it's all sticky. And then you're like skipping the entire way down the goddamn slide.
One time it happened in first grade, and once again, I don't want to ask the teacher to go to the bathroom, but I pissed in my pants. And then we go back after recess. I sit in class, and the teachers, one of the students complained, like, somebody back can smell it, somebody pissed. And so I'm sitting there like, knowing it was me.
You should have just worn black pants all the time, man.
And I remember the teacher going around our line of desks, each one by one. Was it you? Was it you? Was it? And she got to me. Was it you? And I lied to her face. No, it wasn't me. So I sat in my piss for the rest of the day because I was just too shy to say something.
Nice. So at what age did that stop?
About yesterday.
Oh, good. That's good. Good for you.
I'm over it now, thankfully.
You know.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great. you know, baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah. How about you?
Well, I'm about to do it right now.
Oh yeah, pause.
Yes!